Hi my dolls, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a bit of a tutorial, especially for anyone who's a novice or anyone who likes to sew their own doll clothes. So I'm not quite done with this dress. I really wanted to make a wedding dress, but the materials that I use for the torso bit, the bodice I think it's called, I only found one scrap of it, so I don't know what I did with the rest of it. But it's a very stretchy material and it doesn't fray. Like, you don't need to hem it because it's not going to fray. And I got it from Joann's Fabric. Now, when I got it from Joann's Fabric, I neglected to write down the style of it, the style number. So yeah, when I go again, I'm going to have to re-find it. But I will write down the style number for you dolls when I go again, because I think it's a really nice fabric. So this I got from Hobby Lobby, and it's like the sheerest thing. So if I had more of this, I would have just made the rest of the dress with that. But since I didn't have more of this, I had to kind of get creative. And I didn't cut the rest of this because I'm still working with it. But basically, this is just tied around there. And this part is coming out of the side. And you can put it however you would like. So let me show you kind of how I made the bodice. By the way, I want to make sure you know that this is not tulle, because tulle would have been too stiff. I wanted something kind of flowy when I bought this for curtains. And it's not even a sheer fabric, it is like a mesh or something. And yeah, it's just very flexible, so that was important. And then for the bodice, I used this stuff from Hobby Lobby, so there is a code on that. But it's basically this jewel trim, and how it works is you heat this. Here are the instructions. So basically, I didn't feel like getting the iron, so I actually used my flat iron. It was at 310 degrees because that's the lowest my flat iron would go. And I folded some parchment paper over that in order to like hold the heat there. And so it sticks to your fabric via heat. So basically what I did was I held this around her bust, and I held this around her bust on top of the white fabric, and I marked with a pin where I wanted where this had to be stuck, because I knew I couldn't, because of the heat element, I knew I couldn't stick it on to the fabric while it was on her body. So after I marked where I wanted this to be cut, I took off this and I cut it. So there was like white sticking up, basically, is what I'm trying to say. There was white sticking up, and then I just cut it off. So this is how it is adhered in the back, or fastened in the back. Because of the stretchiness and angle of the material, this is the closure, the only closure that it actually needs. If you just want this as a shirt, I would go ahead and pop another fastener at the bottom under this one, and then that's how it would be closed. And I might do that anyways, just to release some of the tension from the waist. So yeah, if I had it to do over, I would have like folded this down. Even though it doesn't fray, I think it would be nicer folded down. But right now I'm just gonna glue it to harden the edge of it. Well, I'm gonna do it off camera, I'm just showing you. So let's take this off. I need both my hands to unsnap this, apparently. So yes, here is how the top part of that looks. It's really pretty. And like I said, when it's on the doll and I was measuring where to cut, there was like some white right there still and right there. And I basically like just drew on here where to cut, and I cut it off after before I stuck this on. That way I didn't have to see like, okay, where do I need to stick this? I knew exactly where to stick this because I pre-cut my fabric in that way. So I'm going to go in my room now and show you how I did that with my flat iron. I'm not going to turn the flat iron on, but I want to better illustrate how I did that. So now I'm in my room and this is the parchment paper. So when I did this, because of the curve it had to do, I could only do like, I had to do this section first, the middle section, and then I did the side sections, and then I did this side section because I needed this to curve around the bust. So I basically did like this, and then I held my flat iron on there. So this is a folded piece of parchment. It's doubly folded, by the way, because this stuff gets really hot. You can't like touch it right away after you flat iron it. So I did like that, and then I just held the flat iron there for probably 30 seconds at a time. Because you're supposed to check to see if it actually adhered, and I think probably no more than a minute for sure. I would say 30 to 45 seconds, but probably no more than a minute. But it's also going to depend on your fabric. But yeah, that's how I did that with the flat iron. And then I'm just going to show you a close-up of this fabric now. It is very stretchy. Let me see if I can stretch it for you. I'm holding my camera with one hand. You can't really see that, but whatever. You can kind of see the texture. It's a stretchy fabric, but it's a neat fabric. It doesn't seem as casual as t-shirt fabric. It seems like a higher grade than a t-shirt fabric, because I didn't want to make the wedding dress out of t-shirt fabric because it's just too casual, you know. This is the nicer fabric, unless you want to go to satin. So I would say, and I didn't want to go to satin because satin is just so hard to work with. Satin doesn't stretch, and also it frays a lot. It's just more hard to work with. And this is nice and thick and just really, really workable for dolls. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish that dress on camera. I might. So I tried something and I need it to be like kind of opaque. So I fold this over twice, which gives me 3 layers. And this is where I measured out this way with the doll. And then I'll just cut a little bit. I'll cut along here. And then I'm going to show you what else I'm going to do. But this is going to make up the main skirt of it. Okay, I lied a little bit. So I just like fan folded it like an accordion. And then with this extra piece, I'm going to flip it over. That's going to be the inside of the garment. And then, oh crap. Ah, it snagged on my nose. Okay, straighten that back out. And I'm wondering if I should try to glue the pieces together or sew it, because I feel like a stitch line would kind of ruin the look I'm going for. So I'm not sure at the moment. But yeah, this is going to be the skirt part of the dress. So I don't know the technical term for this, but I did like a stitch here, a stitch here. And on these 2 outer stitches, I went all the way through the garment. But on these 2 middle stitches where I thought it would kind of be showing on her lower belly, I didn't go all the way through the layers. I went like right before the top layer. So that's why you see a dart there, and then like a dart there, and like nothing there. So basically I laid her right down in the middle, face down, and then I brought the sides together, and I'm just going to sew down here and kind of leave these pieces like loose, because I feel like that's a nice effect. And I just need to like clean up that cut there So basically I'm gonna sew all the way down here, and I'm not gonna cut this off because that's gonna add to the visual aspect of the dress. That's gonna be a detail, but I'm gonna sew here, and I'm not gonna sew this very top part together because I want to attach that to the bodice. So I need to see about that first before I decide if I'm sewing that top part together or not. So yeah. Okay, so here's how it's going. I'm going to take this layer and this layer and sew that underneath there. That way you don't see this finisher, and it'll hold it like close together. And then I'm going to take this piece and sew it down there, and this piece and sew it down there on this side of it. Okie dokie, here's how everything turned out. I don't know what this is on the couch. Looks like a pull thread. Ignore that. I know the first dress I showed you was like way easier and more impactful, but I really didn't want a traditional type of dress. Yeah, at least for the first one. And then I used up all this, so I couldn't even do the other one. But it's a chance that I actually got this from Joann's fabric and not Hobby Lobby. So I think I have something to do today, but I think I might go get more of both of these fabrics from Joann after I do that thing. I'm going to like a Jane Austen tea party. That's the thing. I just realized I should probably share that with y'all. But yeah, here is how the back looks. Let me just, oops. Wedding day jitters. Let me just move her hair out of the way. Okay, that's how that effect came out. And I made this is actually a necklace I made by stringing pearls onto a wire, and that way you don't have to worry about a clasp or anything. It makes a necklace. But I was like, she needs something for her hair because I didn't make a veil. I hope it helps. Let me know which one that you try or which one that you like better, the first one I showed you, or like this one. And by the first one, I mean the one that's like more of a skirt with the little thing coming down on the side. Let me know if you like that one better. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. This may or may not be available at my Etsy shop, and my Etsy shop's gonna be linked down below because I do want to start making like wedding dresses and stuff, but I haven't found the time yet. So yeah, all that is gonna be linked down below. Please like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll catch you dolls in the next one. Bye.